In this caselet, 4 institutes A, B, C, and D had contracts with 4 vendors W, X, Y, and Z during the 10 calendar years from 2010 to 2019. Right? There are 4 vendors, 10 calendar years 2010 to 2009, and there are 4 institutes had contracts with those 4 vendors. The contracts were either multi-year contracts running for several consecutive years or a single year contract. No institute had more than one contract with the same vendor, right? Means same vendor, not repeat. However, in a calendar year, an institute may have had contracts with multiple vendors, right? तो multiple vendors से contract हो सकता है, and a vendor may had contracts with multiple institutes. तो same calendar year में vendor के multiple institutes से contract हो सकते हैं, right? It is known that over the decade, right? Over the decade means in those 10 years, the institute each got into 2 contracts with 2 of these vendors, and each institute got into 2 contracts with 2 of these institutes, right? So it says that it is confirmed that each institute have 2 contracts with 2 vendors, and each vendor has 2 contracts with 2 इंस्टीट्यूट, राइट? तो किसी भी इंस्टीट्यूट के किसी 2 वेंडर से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रहेंगे और किसी भी वेंडर के किसी 2 इंस्टीट्यूट से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रहेंगे. सम फैक्ट्स आर आल्सो गिवन, right? Now how to represent, for that we will see few conditions and then it will be clear. Vendor Z had at least one contract in every year, right? So in those 10 years, vendor Z have at least one contract, right? So we have written it separately, at least one contract, right? And so that we will keep in mind, right, that first condition, at least one contract every year. Second condition, vendor X had one or more contracts in every year up to 2005 but no contract in any year after that, right? So now we have an idea. We'll make a table type where one column there is year, and then we'll mention the vendors, and accordingly we will also, with vendors we will mention the institutes, right, because here most of the data is given of vendors, so we'll represent years and vendors first, right? So here we have represented year from 2010 to 2019, and vendors we will represent as per these conditions, right? So as per first condition, vendor Z had at least one contract in every year, तो मैंने Z को 2010 से 2019 में represent किया है, but at least one contract means Z repeat भी हो सकता है किसी year में, ठीक है? So but at least once तो आने ही वाला है. Now, vendor X had one or more contracts in every year up to 2015, right? तो vendor X का 2010 से 2015 तक it has one or more contract. तो one contract तो है ही, it can be one or more. So we have written it separately, right? 2010 से 2015 तक. Now but no contract in any year after that. उसके बाद नहीं है तो will mark as dash. No contract in 2016, 17, 18 and 19 for X. Vendor Y had contracts in 2010 and 2019. Vendor W had contracts only in 2012. ठीक है, तो Y has contract in 2010 and 2019 but only we don't know, right? Vendor W had contracts only in 2012. इतना कंफर्म है कि W का 2012 में ही 2 वेंडर से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है, right? तो we have represented here 2 W's, right? Z is done, X is done, 2 W's, and Y has contract in 2010 and 2009 but only word is not given, so we don't know in between, right, as of now, right? Now fourth condition, there were 5 contracts in 2012. In 2012 there are total 5 contracts, so 2 of these W, one is of Z, one is of X, 4 is done, and remaining 5, it can be either of X or Z, or Y, we don't know as of now, right? कुछ भी हो सकता है. Now next condition, there were exactly 4 multi-year contracts, right? So multi-year contracts means more than 1 year contract in continuous. So there were exactly 4 multi-year contracts. ठीक है. Institute B, out of them Institute B had a 7-year contract, D had a 4-year contract, and A and C had 1 3-year contract each, right? So here 4 multi-layer out of B 7-year is 1, right? And W is in 2012 only, definitely that is not W, right? And X is for 6 years only. If continuous will take, so that is also not X, right? And D had a 4-year contract, तो D 4 year. So D 4 year की अगर मैं बात करूंगी तो 4-year contract it can be either with Z also, with X also. Y we can't say now, but it is not W, right? So W is not for B, not for D. तो W जो 2012 में contract है, and that is with A and C, and that too 1-year contract, right? So this we have represented. This is A and this is C. Now, so AC 1-year contract is done, right? AC had 3-year contract also, others 3-year contract. ठीक है. तो देयर आर टोटल ईयर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट अगर मैं बात करूं तो B 7 year, D 4 year, which is total 11 year, right? Again A and C 1 year each. ठीक है. तो 7 + 4 11 plus 3-year contract, right? A and C first 3-year contract, so 3 + 3 6 years, so 7 4 11 plus 6 17 years is done, right? ठीक है. And it again says extra information, the other 4 contracts were single year contracts. So total definitely हर एक इंस्टीट्यूट 2 वेंडर से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो रहा, हर एक वेंडर 2 इंस्टीट्यूट से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो रहा है, तो देयर विल बी टोटल 8, राइट? 8 कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स हैं, उसमें से each will have 2 contracts, right? So B 7 year, D 4 year, A and C 3 year each, other A and C 1 year, which is with W, right? And we have 4 single year contract. तो एक A and C का हो गया, तो definitely एक B का और एक D का होना पड़ेगा, right? ठीक है. Now the other 2 1-year contract with B and D. So total number of contracts कितने हो गए? 21, right? So if we look what we represented as of now, कि 2010 to 2019 Z 10 times, 2010 to 2015 X 6 times, so 10 plus 6 16, W 2 times 18 years, Y 2010 में भी है और 2019 में भी है, तो 20 years. Now 1 year remains, which is we have one information that in 2012 there are 5 contracts as per 4th condition, right? तो 1 is Z, 1 is X, 2 is W, तो definitely 5th contract यहीं आएगा, तो 21st contract यहीं आएगा. Now we can say that for others year, or we can say that Y is only in 2010 and 2009, others Y is not there, right? Now 21 contract is done, but out of Z and X we don't know which is repeat, right? So case 1 we can take Z in 2012, case 2 we can take X in 2012, right? Now next condition is Institute C had 1 more contracts in 2012 but did not have any contract in 2011, right? So C has 1 or more contract in 2012 में C है, पर 11 में C is not there, ठीक है. 7th condition, institutes B and D each had exactly 1 contract in 2012, right? तो इंस्टीट्यूट बी एंड डी ईच दोनों का exactly one contract in 2012. B and D exactly 1 contract in 2012. तो B का this Z is sure, ठीक है. but we can't say it. Yes, it should be this, but we can't say whether this is 1 year contract or 7 year contract for B, right? If this is 1 year contract of V, then 7 years we'll get from 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, right? That is possible. If it is 7 year contract, then it can be either from 2010 to 2016 or 2012 to 2018, right? कुछ भी हो सकता है. As of now, we don't know. Now, seventh condition, Institute B and D each had exactly one contract, which we have seen. Institute D did not have any contract in 2010. 2010 में D नहीं है, right? 2010 में D नहीं है. Now we have for A and C 1 year contract is done, 3 year contract बचे, which cannot be possible with Y, right? So it can be either with Z or with X, 3 year contract. ठीक है. And even we have B and D multi-year contract with Z and X. So definitely with Z we have either of A and C, or with X we have either of A and C, right? A and C का दोनों का Z से नहीं होगा, दोनों का X से नहीं होगा, because we don't have that much contract available, right? So 3 year contract है, तो we can say कि ये जो 2012 में जो B का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है वो सिंगल ईयर नहीं होगा, राइट? क्योंकि अगर ये सिंगल ईयर है तो 3 year कंटिन्यूस मेरे को 2010 और 2011 यूज़ नहीं कर सकती हूँ, ठीक है? बिकॉज मेरे को कंटिन्यूस बी के लिए 7 year कॉन्ट्रैक्ट भी चाहिए है, तो अगर मैं 13 से लेती हूँ, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, तो मेरे को 3 कंटिन्यूस ईयर नहीं मिलेंगे, राइट? तो 3 कंटिन्यूस ईयर नहीं मिलेंगे, तो डेफिनेटली मैं बोलूँगी कि जो 2012 में है वो बी का 7 year कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ही है. तो इट कैन बी आइदर फ्रॉम start from 2010 or 2011, right? If it is starts from 2010, so after it will be till 2016, and then 17, 18, 19 is available for 3 year contract. But if it starts from 2011, then it will end in 17, then we cannot get any 3 continuous years, right, for Z, or with A or C. So definitely जो B का 7 year contract है, which started from 2010 to 2016 only, and remaining 3 year contract can be with A or C, right? As of now we don't know with whom. Right now with X की बात करेंगे तो this 6 continuous years है, और इसमें भी 4 year we want for D and 3 year for A or C, right? Now, so for 4 year D, definitely D is there in 2000. 4 year contract की बात करेंगे तो 10, 11, 12, 13 भी हो सकता है, 11, 12, 13, 14 भी हो सकता है, right? Anything can possible. Now, if we take B and D, B 7 years, that is sure from 10 to 16. Remaining 17, 89 for Z is either A or C, राइट? अब डी की बात करेंगे तो 4 year कॉन्ट्रैक्ट अगर डी का मेरा 2010 से 2013 का तक रहेगा तो डेफिनेटली मेरे को 3 year कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं मिलेगा, राइट? और डी का अगर मेरा टोटल 6 year ये तो मेरे को ऐसे 3 year कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं मिलेगा, तो जो मेरा 2012 में 5 कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स थे तो डेफिनेटली मेरा जेड से वेंडर से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं होगा किसी का भी. किससे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होगा? एक्स से. तो एक्स विल गेट रिपीट, right? If x will get repeat, so this x, out of these 2x, 1x is involved in D and 1x will involved in A or C, right? If this x is involved in A and C and 2013 is also involved in A, C, then 4 year for D will not get. So definitely that 3 year for A or C will be 2010, 2011 and 2012. So 4 year for D will be 2012, 13, 14 and 15, right? So these 4 years are for D and these 3 years for A or C, right? Okay, we are done with all the conditions. Now we'll see what all needs to be represented, राइट कुछ और मैं रिप्रेजेंट कर सकती हूँ क्या, वो मेरे को देखना है। और कोई वेंडर, सारे वेंडर्स ऐड कर दिए हैं और कोई ऐड करना नहीं है मेरे को, राइट? तो 1 year इज ए एंड सी फॉर 1 year बी एंड डी। नाउ वी कैन श्योर दैट 1 year बी एंड डी इज पॉसिबल इन 2010 एंड 2019 and that too with Y, contract with Y। पर किसका कहाँ है, as of now we don't know। What we know with condition 7 that 2010 में D नहीं है। 2010 में D नहीं तो definitely जो Y का contract होगा वो B से होगा, और in 2010 and 2019 में जो Y का contract होगा वो D से होगा। ठीक है, टिल नाउ वी हैव फाइंड आउट दिस इंफॉर्मेशन। फर्स्ट विल सी द क्वेश्चंस कि कुछ क्वेश्चंस डेफिनेट भी हैं, देयर इज ए पॉसिबिलिटी कि उनसे भी कुछ एक्स्ट्रा इंफॉर्मेशन मिल सकती है। क्वेश्चन नंबर 5, इन विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग ईयर्स वर देयर आर 2 or more contracts। तो 2 or more contracts, if we talk about 2015, तो 2015 years 2 contracts तो हैं, तो this will be our answer। no need to check other years, but for other years we are sure ki there will be less than 2 contracts only, right? 0 or 1. In 2018 there is only one contract, in 2017 there is only one contract, in 2016 there is only one contract। now next question, which of the following is true, right? तो out of these 4 true क्या है, तो B had a contract with Y in 2019, B had a contract with Y in 2019, this is false क्योंकि D को contract है, ठीक है। Second, B had a contract with Z in 2017, B has a contract with Z in 2000, this is also false, right? because Z का 2017 में either with A or C। Next, D had a contract with X in 2011. D had a contract with X in 2011. No, that is also not true because 2011 में X का A या C से होगा। Next, D had a contract with Y in 2019. 2019 Y D, yes, this is true. This is true means others are false. Others are false means B had a contract with Y in 2000. Yes, this is false. B had a contract with Z in 2017. T had a contract with X in 2011. Right? 2000. These all are false. Next, in how many years during this period was there only one contract? ठीक है, तो how many years there is only one contract, तो it is in 2016, 2017 and 2018, right? तो this is for 3 years, तो correct answer option is this। What best can be concluded about the number of contracts in 2010? 2010 में कितने contracts हुए, एक Z से, X से और Y से, तो there are 3 contracts। correct answer is exactly 3। which institutes had multiple contracts during the same year? ठीक है, तो multiple contracts same year अगर मैं बात करूंगी तो same year में अगर मैं देखूं multiple contract, right? तो यहाँ पे अगर 2012 की बात करूंगी तो डेफिनेटली बी का 2012 में है और कहीं नहीं है, राइट? बट W का मल्टीपल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है, राइट? तो W डेफिनेटली विल, but W is not there in the option, it we need to check for A B C only, right? so 2010 में Z से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किसका है, B इंस्टीट्यूट का, ठीक है, और यहाँ Y से भी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट B इंस्टीट्यूट का है, तो B तो पक्का है। नाउ विल चेक फॉर A एंड C, ठीक है। डू वी हैव एनी इंफॉर्मेशन विथ of A and C? B is sure, right? Now if we see कि ए एंड सी 3 ईयर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है दोनों का, राइट, ठीक है। बट वी नो दैट कि 2010 और 2011 में सी नहीं आता है, राइट, बिकॉज 3 ईयर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट विल नॉट पॉसिबल एंड 2011 में सी नहीं है। तो डेफिनेटली जो मेरा एक्स के साथ कॉन्टैक्ट होगा वो ए से होगा, और मेरा जो जेड के साथ होगा वो 17, 18, 19 में सी के साथ होगा, ठीक है। तो अब ए के साथ होगा तो डेफिनेटली अगर ए का 2010, 11, 12 में है और ए का 2012 में भी है डब्ल्यू के साथ, तो ए के भी 2 कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है, तो आंसर विल बी ओनली ए एंड बी। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, विच इंस्टीट्यूट्स एंड वेंडर्स हैड मोर देन 1 कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स इन एनी ईयर, किसी भी ईयर में। तो अभी हमने जस्ट चेक किया क्वेश्चन नंबर 9 में, ए एंड बी विल डेफिनेटली विल बी देयर, राइट, ठीक है। तो ए एंड बी के साथ क्या है, डब्ल्यू विल ऑल्सो चेक, वी हैव चेक कि डब्ल्यू भी है, राइट, तो डब्ल्यू इज ऑल्सो देयर, सो एक्स शुड बी देयर, मल्टीपल, yes, so we have already seen that there should be 2x in 2012, right, so a b w x, so correct answer option is this. So we are done with this question.